Chapter 15. Budgeting Made Easy. We cannot become financial goal getters unless we first become financial goal setters. This is the aspect of finance and wealth creation that people like to ignore or avoid because of calculations, tables, figures, etc., and many consider it to be an unnecessary stress. In one of my seminars, someone once said he does not care about accounting and all other bookkeeping stress since he is not an accountant or finance person. All I want to do is make money. What a myopic view, I must confess, because you need to learn the language of money and know a little of everything you can to excel in life. If you think budgeting or bookkeeping is stressful, then maybe you should settle for poverty, lack, and hardship and see which is more stressful. Think about this. You give a lady a lift, she faints in your car, and you take her to the hospital. Now that's stressful. But at the hospital, they say she's pregnant and congratulate you that you're going to be a father. You say you are not the father, but the lady claims you are. That is getting stressful to prove. You request for a DNA test to prove that you are not the father, because after the test, the doctor clears you that you are not the father because you are sterile and can't father a child. You are extremely stressed, but relieved. On your way home, you start remembering that you left 3 kids at home. Who on earth is their father? Now that is stress. Wouldn't you rather do budgeting and bookkeeping? In order for any individual, family, organization, group, or even nation to create wealth, budgeting and bookkeeping is key. I will try to simplify this subject in this chapter, and I will focus on personal and family. But do realize that all I will share can also be used by companies and nations. Before you go on any trip or embark on a journey, you determine your destination and choose the vehicle or means of transporting yourself to the destination. But to make the trip, you have to plan and prepare by packing your bag, taking clothes, food, books, money, etc., and all you will need. Budgeting is conceptually similar to what we saw in the pathway to wealth. Planning your trip to the wealthy place and ensuring you have all it takes and sufficient resources to make it to your destination. Budgeting is a financial planning mechanism you need to put in place to help you become financially free and wealthy. Definitions. A budget is a numerical estimate of all expected income and expenditure over a specific period of time, e.g., monthly, quarterly, annually, etc. A budget is a forecast of the total expected income, expenditure, assets, liabilities, and cash flow for a specific period of time. A budget is a planning tool that can be profitably engaged to guide you towards achieving your financial independence goal. A budget is a quantitative tool that assists its users in making financial choices among different alternatives. For you to create wealth and be wealthy, you must apply the 30-70 principles as earlier examined and ensure you have a proper budget in place for your life. Live within your means of 70% of your income maximum, and do all you can to make sure your expenditure is not greater than your income. If your expenditure is greater than your income, your upkeep will become your downfall. Debt, poverty, and hardship will become your norm. For families without budgets, their stories become "till debt do us apart." Why you need a budget. 1. It helps you control your money instead of your money controlling you. 2. It helps you know whether you are living within your means or living above your means. 3. It assists you in your savings and investment goals. You can set money aside for saving and investment as you earn income. 4. It is a guide that helps you know whether you're heading towards your set goals and desired financial future or away from it. 5. It helps you to prepare for financial emergencies and unexpected expenses that might otherwise destabilize you. 6. It helps to keep you out of debt or get you out of debt if you are already in debt. 7. It helps reveal areas where you are spending too much money and helps you refocus on your more important financial goals. Making, managing, and multiplying money is everyone's goal. But between the making and the multiplying, there is managing. And that is the key issue that determines whether you will waste what you make or multiply it, and that is where budgeting comes in. Please note, if you have surplus cash at any point, make sure you are investing it wisely and not just allowing it to sit idly in the bank. How to prepare a budget. 1. Gather every financial statement you can. This includes bank statement, investment accounts, pay slips, utility bills, and any information regarding a source of income or expenses, and create a monthly average from it. 2. Record all sources of income. Think well and record all the sources of income from different streams and vehicles on a monthly basis. 3. Create an expense list. Write down a list of all expected expenses you will have over the course of a month. This includes transport, feeding, accommodation, telephone, etc. Essentially everything you spend money on. 4. Break the expenses into two categories, fixed and variable. For every expense you will have, fixed cost, which covers things you can't do without and whose costs are already fixed and known, e.g. your rent. And then you have variable cost, which covers things you need but can adjust and whose price varies, e.g. food. It is easier to adjust variable cost than fixed cost. 5. Total your monthly income and monthly expenses. When you do the totaling, if you are having a higher expense column than the income column, then you have to make changes. 6. Make adjustments to expenses. If you are in a situation where expenditure is greater than income, then it's time to look into your variable expenses and find areas to cut. 7. Review your budget monthly. This will show you where you did well and where you need to improve and make further adjustment. Why budgets fail. 1. Unrealistic expectations. Be real with yourself and your projections when preparing your financial budgets. 2. Poor implementation. People plan great budgets but run their financial affairs without referring to the budget. 3. Negative attitude. If you draw up a good budget and think it can't be achieved, it won't work. 4. No buy-in or ownership. If you don't get the buy-in of those that will be part of implementing the budget, like your spouse and children, then it is already doomed for failure. Final notes. Consistently edit and adjust unrealistic income and expenditures. Consistently reduce expenses strategically. Consistently increase income creatively. Consistently edit and adjust unrealistic assets and liabilities. Consistently put investment at the top of your expenses to meet the 30-70 principle.